Welcome, everyone. Delighted you're here, and we have sunshine. And if you're joining us from afar, that's a big deal in winter. And I'm grateful for our band. And if you're able, why don't we stand and we'll sing our way into the service.
I'm not worried about tomorrow. Today I declare freedom from yesterday, mistakes of the past. Today all things are made brand new, and don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should. All is well, all is well, all is well. Even Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, all is well, all is well, and unfolding as it should. I can change my reality by changing my mind. Perfect peace, joy, and happiness is yours, and it's mine. I am love, and so are you. And don't it feel good to know that all is well and unfolding as it should? Sing it out. All is well, all is well. Even Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, all is well, all is well, and unfolding as it should. Sing all is well, all is well, all is well. Even Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, all is well, all is well, and unfolding as it should. All is well and unfolding as it should. Well, good morning, friends. Why don't you take a minute to greet some of those lovely faces out there? I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. All right, well, we're going to invite any of our kiddos who are here with us today. We have an awesome outdoor program. If you want to come up to the stage and meet your teachers, we're going to sing these kiddos out to their classroom. And you're always welcome, too, to meet up with the teachers in the back if your kiddos are feeling shy. All right, let's sing Hooray for the World. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. We got Mother Nature and the human race. The world's got trees and bumblebees, rivers and lakes and the open seas, mountains and valleys and animals too, and a sun that shines on me and you. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. Got Mother Nature and the human race. We got Mother Nature and the human race.
Oh, good morning. I wish each one of you could just be standing up here and seeing the beautiful light of love that is just, it's out through the rafters. It's everywhere. And I'm so glad that each one of you are here and that I get to be here and see you in your full glory. So we're going to join together in a morning prayer. And I also want to welcome definitely all of you that I can't see that are out there in our virtual world. We are together, we are one, and we're glad you're part of it. So join me now in our prayer. Oh, yes. What great joy it is to feel the presence, to see it, to know the light, the love, the joy, the peace, the beauty. It is the wholeness of each and every one. It is the wholeness of each and every cell of our body. It is the love and light on our path. And we are so grateful for each one here today to remind us, grateful for the hearts and minds of each one knowing and each one expressing the love that is always, always present. It is, and so are we, and I release these words into the law, knowing it is so. And join me now in saying, if you wish, the prayer for yourself as well. And so it is. Thank you.
Well, Wanda's right. This room is like just filled to the brim with love right now. I'm feeling it. Let's think about sharing that into this world today. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, so sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, so sacred, so sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, so sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. I will share, I will share, this love, so sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. I will share, 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 I will share this love. I will share. 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 I will share this love. I will share. I will share. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. I am listening to the wisdom of this body, and I am honoring the balance that exists in all things. I am listening to the wisdom of this body, and I am honoring the balance that exists in all things. Slow my step, move with grace through each breath. I'll find my way. I am listening to the wisdom of this body, and I am honoring the balance that exists in all things. I am listening to the wisdom of this body, and I am honoring the wisdom of this body, and I am honoring the balance that exists in all things, the balance that exists in all things, oh, the balance that exists in all things, the balance that exists in all things, the balance that exists in all things, oh, the balance that exists in all things, the balance that exists in all things, the balance that exists.
Sometimes we just can't help clapping because they so deserve it. Well, I chose the hardest topic for my birthday talk. I just can't believe it. I was like, what was I thinking? But I've said that a lot lately. But we're starting with a new monthly theme. For those of you who are new, we're working with the yearly theme of living beautifully in the midst of change. And every month we have a different topic under that. So this whole month I'm talking about doubt, self-doubt, and what to do when in doubt. And so this is the kickoff talk. And so I just bit off the whole thing, you know. So it's moving from self-doubt to self-trust in 20 minutes or less. Well, all righty then. So here we go. So I want you to remember, and I want to remember when I was very, very young. And that age will be a little different depending on your life circumstances. But there was a time in your life and mine when you had no doubt. Truth, you had no doubt. And part of the reason was you hadn't started thinking yet. It's a sad tale, really, because at some point we realized, or thought we realized, that we were separate. And when we began to believe that we were separate from life, we became terrified. I mean, I'm talking when you were young, right? And when you began to realize, and I began to realize that we were separate, all of a sudden, the world that we had known disappeared, and we no longer felt safe. We felt vulnerable. And this is what the Toltec tradition and many other traditions around the world, including the science mind, call the dream of separation. And it's a dream only. It's a nightmare for many of us. And it's not true. And so I thought I would start there because self-doubt starts there. And then it just progresses. So I've brought you this lovely mandarin orange that I got at the co-op for a lot of money. It's organic and I'm going to eat it later. Because I wanted to use something that we could all relate to explain why the dream of separation is utterly false. So let's start with thinking about what it would be like if one of our heart cells believed that it was separate, and that it had nothing whatsoever to do with any of the other cells or the heart, that it was functioning all on its own. Nothing to do with other cells. That would mean that the whole body was these separate things not connected. Well, we know that's not true. And likewise, we know, if we really stop and think about the lie, that there is something else that's very true. So this orange is actually the result of stars. You may remember in your science class, or maybe when you were reading later, for those of us old enough, we didn't know this yet, that everything in existence has, as part of its makeup, the atoms that came from the beginning of the universe, from the stars. And that stars were the incubators of most of life. And so this orange has star stuff in it. If you choose to think of yourself like an orange, go ahead. Star stuff. You have it too. Not only that, but this orange required the creation of the earth. And that was a massive project, let me tell you. And the creativity of the earth to actually come into being. It also needed the mother tree of oranges. And it needed the seed that made the mother tree, and the seed that came from the mother tree, and the seed that came from that seed, and the seed that came from that seed down through the annals of time to the present day, when the tree, the actual tree that birthed this orange, was being cultivated. It couldn't have been cultivated without mountains and without weather, because in order to have soil, we need weather and mountains that dissolve and crumble to make the soil. And then we need bacteria. I know we were all taught not to like bacteria, but actually it's pretty important. We needed mycelium. We needed worms. We needed everything that created the soil and made the tree flourish. You're getting the picture here, right? So we also needed the atmosphere and, of course, water. And water is one of the most rare elements in our part of the galaxy. Needed that too. And so this orange actually couldn't have come into existence without everything. Seriously. It took everything. So it is not separate. It belongs to everything, and everything is in it. And that's true of us. We're not separate. But the lie we've been believing in for so long makes us feel like, well, we must be separate because, look, I have this separate body, and it's over here, and I have efficacy and willpower, and I can make things happen, and I can also make mistakes, and I can also be wrong. And so now, because I don't remember my connection to everything, I myself must be wrong. This is what comes out of the dream of separation, is now all of a sudden we become vulnerable, we don't feel safe, we feel like we're on our own, and that it's very important that we do things in the right way, otherwise we might die. This especially hits us about second grade, when we're called on to answer a question we have absolutely no idea what the answer is. And so I brought you a story about that. Once, a Taoist master served as an elementary school teacher. Do we have any elementary school teachers in the room? Yes, we do. You are a Taoist master. His classroom felt much like an ordinary classroom. Any difference you might notice was subtle, but it might be seen in the way the master invited children to answer questions. For instance, one day he asked for a student to work a mathematics problem on the board. Jimmy eagerly raised his hand. Pick me, stretching it as far as he could. Teacher, I know, call on me. Carol, on the other hand, slid down as far as she could in her seat, wishing a Harry Potter wand could cast an invisibility spell upon her. Please, oh please, she thought, don't call on me. Well, the teacher walked right up to Carol and handed her the chalk. Carol, go up to and give it a try. I'll help you figure it out. Oh, God, thought Carol, not moving. I don't know. I can't. It's scary, isn't it? The teacher said in an encouraging voice. Just try. It doesn't matter if you do it right or wrong. No, right or not. Carol croaked a faint reply, I can't do this. Then said the teacher, there are probably lots of other students who can't do it either. Let's go up to the board and figure it out. Carol slowly walked the long mile up to the board. She took the chalk in her hand and tried to see the numbers on the board through her tears. She took a deep breath and wrote down what she could remember of the solution, but she really didn't understand what she was doing. Well, you're right on track with the first part, said the teacher. Let me see the chalk. He took the chalk from Carol and wrote other numbers in place of some that Carol had written. Does that look correct? He asked Carol. Carol looked for a long minute and suddenly saw what the teacher had done and why he wrote those particular numbers. Yes, she said. Yes, that really is right. That's how it's done. She was beaming. Turning to the class, the teacher said, it's not hard at all to write on the board when you know the answer. Serious students are the ones willing and brave enough to stand up at the board when they don't know how to do it. Carol returned to her seat, feeling a great sense of relief and freedom. I didn't have very many of those teachers, did you? And that was part of the problem, because we were being taught by people who also believed that they were separate. They were lost in the dream as well. And they were told by people that were also lost in the dream, that were above them in the hierarchy, that if they didn't do it a certain way, then they were wrong. And so then the students had to do it a certain way so that the teacher wouldn't be wrong, so that they would be right for the people above them, so that the test scores would be right for the people above them, and they would get the money they needed from other people who believed the dream of separation. You see where this goes. We're living in a dream, right? And the moral of that particular story is that actually, truly, it's not about being right. Such a relief when we actually come to that place. It's not about being right. That's why so often you'll hear here, this is a perfection-free zone. It's about exploring and uncovering and discovering what is right for us and what we can do. And it's a powerful thing when we step out of the dream. Of course, once you step out of any dream, there's a little bit of a problem because everybody else is still there. And they don't necessarily enjoy being reminded of that. So self-doubt can return at that point. But the moment we stop believing in separation, we can understand that there is something backing us, wisdom beyond belief, of not just the elemental reality of life, where we're all made of star stuff and dirt and worms and all that stuff, but actually something even more that birthed us, that was our mother's seed, that had nothing to do with our parents. That something greater is what we talk about here as spirit, or divine energy, or the vast field of energy. You can call it what you will. But that energy not only is sort of rampantly available through all that is, but available very personally within each one of us. So when and if we start to awaken from the dream of separation, there's something we have to deal with to go from self-doubt to self-trust. We have to deal with the inner voices, the internal dialogue that was generated from the fear of separation and the fear of being vulnerable and not safe. And those inner voices often are the largest part of anybody's spiritual journey, is becoming aware of them and then working with them so that they no longer are constantly telling us that we actually are separate and it isn't safe and we shouldn't be vulnerable and what we really need to do, and all those voices. Anybody? So I've told this story before, but it's a really powerful little story about those conditioned voices and how to get rid of them. Once again, so Stanley was cursed by a large flock of raucous, chattering birds. For some reason, this flock of birds had attached themselves to Stanley and followed him wherever he traveled. At night, they sat on the eaves of his house and squawked and twittered from dusk until dawn. When he walked out of the house in the morning, they flew a short distance in the air and remained circling above his head throughout the day. He tried throwing rocks, yelling, waving his arms wildly. Nothing worked. The birds remained as if they were attached by an invisible string to his head. Stanley went to the Taoist sage who lived in a neighboring village. "I am cursed by birds," he said. "Please, please help me get rid of them." The sage looked calmly at the birds. "Oh, everyone has birds," he said. "You can't get rid of them." "Can't get rid of them?" cried Stanley. "Oh my God, I'll go crazy. I can't live with all this noise." "Walk with me," said the sage. And they walked for several hours up over a small mountain range and down the other side to the ocean. They made their way down a steep path cut into the cliff until they reached an expanse of sandy beach. Together they walked out to the ocean's edge and stood looking across the vast water to the horizon. "Now what?" said Stanley, whose birds continued to circle close over his head. "Now nothing," said the sage. "Just listen to the ocean." Stanley tried. At first, all he was aware of was the familiar chattering of high-pitched bird squawks. But for a moment, he did notice the background rhythmic, gentle washing of the endless waves against the shore. And as he turned his attention to the sound, the birds above his head began to circle a few feet higher. When he turned his attention back, the circle of birds tightened back down again. He turned his attention back to the ocean, and once again, the birds expanded their range, circling ever farther away this time. He turned to the sage. "Interesting," Stanley said. The sage nodded. "Yes, the ocean is your Tao mind. It's always there, always offering an infinite amount of room for your life. Do you understand?" "I don't know," said Stanley, "but I want to be here by the ocean more often. That's for sure." And the sage smiled and said, "It's always here." "By the way," said Stanley, "you said everyone has birds. Where are yours?" "Oh," said the sage with a dismissive wave of his hand, "they're still here, but their circle is miles away. I hardly notice them anymore unless I really concentrate on them, and I can't imagine why I would want to do that. Can you?" So the internal dialogue, that's the birds. And one of the real challenges and opportunities of a spiritual path is to begin to shift focus into the vastness of who we are and what surrounds us. And as we begin to focus on that, the internal dialogue that's constantly squeaking and twittering and squawking and telling us we're wrong, we're bad, we're separate, we're not safe, we're vulnerable, we shouldn't be vulnerable, all the different things that your mind might say and mine, that begins to move out. Doesn't go away, just like the sage said. It can be triggered by, just for an example, Thanksgiving dinner with relatives. It can be triggered actually by anything and anyone that all of a sudden takes us back into the belief, the dream, that we're separate. But when we realize that we are that ocean, that vast Buddha mind, that vast spirit, whatever you want to call that, when we realize that we are just like that heart cell, part of a larger thing happening, and that you and I actually have been given this incredible opportunity to move and dance with all of life, the internal dialogue tends to begin to line itself up in ways that will be helpful instead of harmful. That's when creativity starts to arise, because now there's room. And I know you know this. I know you've had those moments of incredible creative energy flowing, so much so that you lose track of time. Have any of you had that? Yeah. And it's just blissful because you're not believing the dream of separation in that moment. You're one with. It's a very powerful thing. And the more we can bring ourselves to that, the better we feel, the more connected we are, and the more life begins to just flow in these often surprising but incredible ways. And that's how we move in 20 minutes or less from self-doubt to self-trust. Not bad, not bad. So let me do a prayer and we'll go into the rest of the service. So know with me, as I know for myself, there is an incredible, vast ocean of connection and love, of creativity, unity, peace. All that is contained within the field of energy that I am part of, and so are you. So knowing this, I accept that I have been walking often in a dream of feeling alone, vulnerable, separate from this vastness that I am part of. And now in this prayer, I simply say, stop it. And I move into oneness again. I focus my attention on the connections that I have with all of life, with nature, with people, with animals, with plants. So connected that, like the orange in the first part of this service, there's no piece or part of me left out from being joined with and one with life itself. And everything that ever has been, I realize I am interbeing with. And so whatever I need in any moment, I am connected to, whether it's a brilliant idea, or simply the realization that it's time to rest. All of it and everything available when I am. And that is my commitment through this prayer, to be available to the interconnection of all life that is spirit, that is love, that is wisdom, that is all that is. As I commit to this, my life becomes more and more filled with all goodness, incredible joy, amazing solutions, creativity, and so much more. So I accept this prayer operating, and I'm grateful to remember this, and so it is. Thank you. Well, here comes the band, and our ushers are preparing for the offertory, and we thank you ahead of time for anything you can give to the center. We are self-sustaining. We don't receive money from any other organization, so we're here because you're here. We enter our, and thank you for your gift of money.
Abundance, it knows no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks Everything in this world goes around, flowing with abundance, it knows no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. Everything in this world goes around, flowing with abundance, it knows no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything, for everything. We give thanks for everything. We give thanks for everything. That was great.
That's so fun. I mean, I'm safe. Dancing in public, when you do that, you know you've broken through the dream. Oh, we have some announcements for you. We have a wonderful thing that's starting up called Spirit at Work. It's for those of us who are managers, business owners, entrepreneurs, and we're gathering information from all of you that fit in that category because we are planning a monthly gathering, a breakfast meeting, where we can come to have spiritual inspiration and also share the challenges and the wonder of being in those positions. And I'm honored because I was chosen to be the first guest speaker for Spirit at Work. So today, if you would like, there's a survey that's happening in our classroom right by the Ask Me desk, and we're asking those of you who might be interested in coming to these breakfast meetings once a month to fill out the survey so we know like what times are best for you, what days are best for you, things like that. And we really appreciate it. The first one we just set because we didn't know who our audience would be is March 6th. And it will, we'll be telling you more about it, but I can tell you that I'm speaking about thriving at work. And that'll be fun for me, and hopefully those who come for breakfast. I'm also doing something I haven't done for a number of years, which is a vow renewal and recommitment ceremony. And this is something that I've carefully not called a wedding vow renewal, because many of us aren't married, but we are in committed relationships. And it's an opportunity for those of you in that commitment to come and actually in front of a spiritual community renew the vows to one another. They're not going to be the vows you said to each other if you ever did, but they're going to be wonderful because I'm really good at that. We need to know ahead of time if you would like to be part of this service. It's next Sunday. It'll be during the 10:30 service, and we want to make sure we have roses for you. So there's a sign-up sheet at the Ask Me desk, and you can sign up today or call the office no later than Tuesday so that we have time to know how many people. And we'd love to do that, and I'd love to support you in your relationship to one another in the midst of community. That's what we've been building all these years. So next Sunday. The Sunday after that, on the 18th, we're inviting any of you who might be interested in becoming a member of our center to come to an informational meeting. This is not a commitment to membership, but it does give you a lot of information about who we are and what we're doing and why members are important to us. And that one meeting is really the only requirement to step into membership. So you're welcome to come. We need to know ahead of time because we always want to have enough snacks on hand. And it'll be right after the 10:30 service on the 18th. And then next Sunday, I know it's Super Bowl Sunday. I even know who's playing for reasons I can't understand. Shocking, really, if you knew me. But it doesn't start till later, I'm informed, and I know all about Taylor Swift. Oh my God. I'll just say brilliant woman. But we have 2 groups meeting next Sunday, right after the 10:30 service at 11:45, 12 o'clock, somewhere in there. The men's group will be meeting in the classroom, and the women's group meets here in the sanctuary. And we'd love you to come. These are both open circles, so they invite newcomers every time we meet. And you are more than welcome to come. We do, for lack of a better word, fun spiritual stuff. And so we'd love you to come. And they both are about an hour and a half. So bring a journal and bring yourselves. Maybe if you get hungry like I do, bring something to eat and enjoy it. It's really a lovely opportunity. Let's see what else we have. We have a sound bath happening on the 9th, this coming Friday. It is put on by Mystic Heart, Christy Mosley. And to sign up for that, you need to go to mysticheartbeats.com, and she will sign you up, and you'll be part of that. All right, I think there's so many things happening here. Pages and pages that you'll find on the website that you might want to be involved in. I actually participated in the Al-Anon meeting last Wednesday. We just had Al-Anon join our come and meet at our center, and I thought, well, heck, I'll go and support that upstart thing, and it was really meaningful and very brilliant. So lots of things like that, from yoga to meditation to all sorts of other things. So you're welcome. All right, shall we stand and sing our way into the day?
Well, first we have a special announcement, though, because it's Dr. Andrea's birthday.
This is indeed an auspicious day. Andrea's daughter, Katie, and I am practitioner Rana. We have some lovely flowers to celebrate you.
Oh my gosh.
Woo.
Oh wow.
And there is cake. It's gluten-free, dairy-free. There's a little side thing going on. There's a beautiful cake with purple lettering.
Oh.
And there are cards and gifts and lovely things that people have dropped off in the classroom. So please, on behalf of the congregation, happy birthday, happy new year to you.
Thank you.
And please wish Andrea a lovely new year and celebrate in the classroom with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anything is possible when you believe. You know anything is possible when you believe. You can make a mountain move when you believe. Oh yeah, you can make a mountain move when you believe. Don't you know that you can change your life when you believe? Don't you know that you can change your life when you believe? Oh yeah, in yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you believe, oh yeah, we're gonna make a miracle when you believe. You know you're gonna make a miracle when you believe. And everything you want, you got when you believe. You know everything you got when you believe in yourself, when you believe in That's right. And I believe in you. I believe in you. We believe in each other. There ain't nothing we can do. Nah, 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 nah. I said I believe in me. And I believe in you. We believe in each other. There ain't nothing we can do. No, anything is possible when you believe. You know anything is possible when you believe in yourself. In yourself. When you believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself. Yeah. All right, go enjoy some cake and we'll see you again soon.